have I got a treat for you. 3 fucking times, boys. 3 fucking times. And guess what? The third time, he only took me 2 attempts. Like, literally, this is my second attempt. How cool is that? 3 fucking times, and I took no damage on the spiral this time either. So 2 attempts this time. So yeah, I have got this fight down now, finally. But yeah, 3 fucking times. You know, Kara has different dialogue when you beat Genocide twice in a row, too, so I guess we'll show that, too. But I thought this would be a fun way to start again, right? Yeah. But still, again, literally took me 2 attempts tonight. So, I think if I ever do that other Sans Challenge stream, it's not going to be a problem. Because again, this third time took me 2 attempts. And that is it. Oh, I'm going to mash through this real quick, and then we'll get back to the other stuff, right? Evidently, I won't get bored here, because I beat you 3 times now, bitch. I don't know who in their right mind takes the time to fight you so many times. Especially after it took them so long the first time. But, you know, that's the kind of guy I am. Yeah, very determined, uh-huh. Just shut up. Get to the part where you fall asleep already. But yeah, 3 fucking times. Damn, I'm good. I mean, I wasn't good, but now I am. I got good. Got some Dr. Pepper. But, yeah, how you guys doing tonight? I am doing fairly well now. And work was actually not too bad today either, so there's that. Tomorrow's probably going to be a pain in the ass, though. Because we're not going to have temps tomorrow, so that's going to be a bitch. But yeah, you know, if you noticed, on this playthrough, my name is Mercy because, you know, had to be ironic, right? Because they say, oh, that's a little on the nose, isn't it? But, you know, it's on the nose for the wrong reason now. Yeah, just shut up. Oh, yeah. But, no, other than that, I rewatched Jeepers Creepers 1 the other day. I really like those movies, the first 2. Even though the director's a piece of shit. But I really liked Jeepers Creepers 1 and 2. I hated 3. 3 was such a bad movie. But, you know, I'm gonna go encounter Kara again, but this time get the genocide dialogue, right? Or the set double genocide soulless genocide dialogue. Um, but yeah, the bank still hasn't given me my money back, so that's a pain in the ass. Still dealing with that bullshit. And, what's up, Chisu? How you doing? I just beat Sans a third time. So, there you go, right? What's up, Andy? How you doing? Mondo, that's right, boys. Mondo cool. But yeah, I figure I'll show the Kara dialogue, because she has different dialogue if you've done Genocide twice on the same save file. There she is! Why was the previous stream privated? I have to edit it again. My own dumbass does things sometimes that I need to fix. But greetings. I am Mercy. I used Mercy this time instead. Mercy. The demon that comes when people call its name. It doesn't matter when. Doesn't matter where. Time after time, I will appear. And with your help, we will eradicate the enemy and become strong. HP, attack, defense, gold, XP, love. Every time a number increases. That feeling? That's me, Mercy. Okay, but I know her dialogue is different, because she'll say something like, but you and I are not the same, are we? This soul resonates with a strange feeling. Yeah, see, this dialogue's new. There is a reason you continue to recreate this world. There is a reason you continue to destroy it. You are racked with a perverted sentimentality. I cannot understand these feelings anymore. Despite this, I feel obligated to suggest, should you choose to create this world again, or once more, another path would be better suited. Now, partner, let us send this world back into the abyss. Do not... No? This feeling you have... This is what I spoke of. Unfortunately, regarding this, you made your choice long ago. All right. Well, there we go. Anyway, let's see. You know Febreze ads where it's like he's used to his room smelling like socks, but to us it's like this, shows the room made of socks. My idea, Chucky poops in his room and likes the smell. Idea for Febreze ad. Phil and Lil like their room to stink, so they poop all over it, but to normal people, it's like this, shows poop all over the walls. Mom comes in. Mom, kids, what are you? Excuse me, it's specifically Cat Dog and the Great Parent Mystery Part 3, where the parents appear. They don't appear in the first two parts of that special, but are mentioned several times. Okay. Alright. I want a scene in the Wonder Years or that 70s show or whatever where the mom gets fed up with her kids pooping on the floor and snaps and says, "You want to poop on the floor?" Yeah. Part 2 to the Chucky thing, but to other people, it looks like this. Nothing happens. Like this. Nothing happens. Runs onto the set and starts shitting on the walls with water fountain blasts. Okay, then. um, but, yeah, so far, not a terrible week. The last 2 days have been relatively easy at work. Idea and Yu-Gi-Oh! When they were on a boat to Duelist Kingdom, all the teen guys on the boat were all jerking off to Mai whenever she entered the area. The ship would be coated in sperm. Oh, yeah? One R-rated Rocky movie where he gets back in fighting form by doing horse steroids and becomes strong. He bashes through his foes with brutal gore in ultra-high def, slow-mo detail. Yeah, there you go. And maybe the horse steroids turn him into a horseman, like in that fucking commie movie, Sorry to Bother You, which is a movie I like, but it's commie as fuck, and I don't like that. But I do like certain aspects of the movie itself. But I don't like the message. But yeah, Cat Dog and the Great Parent Mystery is split up into 3 separate parts or episodes, with each part having their own dedicated title card. It's like that on the TV airings and also the DVD release. Well, there you go. But yeah, I have my computer here now. It's not fully set up. I got to run the internet cord through the ceiling or something to get it over to the router. So then once I have that set up, I can do proper streams here. Because I have the desk and everything. Idea: a girl sees a serial killer ice someone as a kid. Years later, when someone freaks her out the camera cuts away and the person is found chopped up soon after. Later, it turns out the killer is hiding in her mind and is freed when she's freaked out because he's a demon or whatever. Okay, well there you go. Let's see. I don't know what this screw thing goes to, but I found it. What the hell is this? So the creators to Y2K did a stream where they previewed some of the stuff from the new update. I'm really excited. I watched some of the stream live the other day when I was at work, and looks pretty good. They completely changed the combat, so we'll see if I prefer it or not. Like, I didn't hate the combat that was in the game before. It's just tedious, but it's like a completely new system now, so we'll see if it's better or worse. On top of that, they like changed the mine dungeon completely and like put in like fights and stuff in it. So again, we'll see how that fares. But I'm really looking forward to it. Apparently, there's a bunch of new endings too, so I'm looking forward to playing more Y2K. I'm very excited. Well, on Survivor Man Bigfoot, he tries using a mix of human and gorilla sex pheromones. He sniffs it and it stinks. At least it didn't drive him into a lusty frenzy where he starts jerking off violently, yeah? I think I see a white Nintendo Switch below the TV in this room. You did see a Switch. That is either Kyler's Switch or Trevor's Switch. I have full permission to use it, so I will be using it in the future for some streams and stuff later. I'll probably, although Madden Mew Mew, I'll probably just do on my friend's Switch because he already has Undertale on there. That's the only Undertale thing I haven't actually shown on stream. Well, other than like Gaster Follower 1 and 2, because I've got, and Gaster himself, because I've got Gaster Follower 3 and I've gotten Goner Kid. But I just need to get Gaster Follower 2 and Gaster Follower 1 and Gaster himself. Do Streets of Rage 4 or Sonic Mania? Are those on the Switch? If we have either of those, yeah, or if I can find them for a good price. If we don't, yeah, why not? They're on Switch? Okay, yeah. Let's see. What's my phone's battery at? Because I'm not plugged in. It's at 30%. How futuristic, right? Electronic couch thingy-mabobber. I myself have a typical Nintendo Switch with blue and red Joy-Cons, yeah? Well, that is the typical version. I think... again, I don't know if that one's Trevor or Kyler's. I think it's Kyler's. I think Trevor might have a couple of them, though. I don't know. He's much more of a Nintendo guy than I am. Like, I love Nintendo, like, especially, like, 64 and older. But I like the GameCube. Didn't care for the Wii. Didn't really play the Wii U, but I think it's underrated. Yeah, coming soon to the History Channel. Ancient Aliens meets Toe Jam and Earl. Thrill at 9... my nose is itchy. Thrill at 90... Fucking hell. Thrill at 90s hip-hop homies and their probably chronic-fueled ideas on aliens. Thrill at the Ancient Alien guys talking about how rap and hip-hop are actually originated in space, and by using chronic, you can commune with them to get inspiration how to spread their word. Revel at bad CG. Toe Jam and Earl reenacting all the scenes in ancient... is insane. Reacting these insane ancient alien theories, or being historical figures said to be aliens like Noah or King Tut. Watch that Giorgio guy gradually devolve further into more Dale Gribble-style ideas. See how 90s culture is actually from aliens, and the government made it to ease the people into accepting it as they were working for them. With special guest appearances by Cheap CG Lamont the Funkapotamus. What the fuck? I don't know who that is. To be fair, I haven't really played that much Toe Jam and Earl. I played a little bit of it, but who's voiced by MC Hammer and talks in rhyme like he is Dolomite. Also, that exercise DVD you destroyed, you know you could have used that DVD case as a spare. Just take out the artwork and disc. I mean, it's a little late for that because I destroyed the case too. I have another one though that I'll probably like shoot the disc. When we go shooting next time. So I don't know if I'll keep it in the case for that or not. But I mean, it is a thought. I mean, I have plenty of, like, the thing is most of my DVDs have cases. I had the funniest idea. We green screen me humping the air, then someone else bending over and edit them together. I mean, okay, if that's what you want to do. I told you guys I found that other Simpsons comic, right? The big beastly book of Bart Simpson or whatever. I found it. Now, again, the only one I need to find is the Simpsons Fables one that's at my mom's house somewhere. it drives me nuts that I haven't been able to find that one, because that was the first one I got. And also there's like a hentai dojin that's like stuffed in it. So I kind of want to be the one to find it and bring it here. Like, it's whatever. My mom won't give a shit. It's I'd rather be the one to bring it here. You know what I mean? So Team 4-Star posted a thing of a shirt celebrating queers. So I said, what about doing a pansexual shirt with Dorutaki from GT checking out Gohan's daughter? You already did a video. You already posted that before in a previous stream, man. You already made that joke. Technically, I have destroyed a DVD before too, but I only did it because the disc had a printing error and was immediately defective, even when I bought it sealed. Yeah. Well, that sucks. My SpongeBob Season 3, the first copy I had a problem with the disc where, what's that one where SpongeBob and Patrick get that invisible spray? That episode, Sir Pranks-a-Lot, I think, right? That episode didn't work on the first copy I got of Season 3, so I had to get another copy specifically because of that. So now I have 2 copies of Season 3, one that specifically that episode doesn't work. I also think the pilot might not work. That might be another problem. Which I think it's weird that the pilot's included with Season 3 rather than with Season 1. I always thought that was a strange choice. You know what I gotta find? I gotta find where the fuck I put my South Park unaired pilot disc. I want to put it with the collection, because I've got the South Park collection more or less set up. But I gotta find where I put some of the stuff, because it's driving me nuts that the collection is not complete currently on the shelf. But yeah, I will re-upload the previous stream. The problem is for like a split second, I accidentally showed a envelope with my address on it, so I had to like quickly private it when I noticed I did that. Have you watched Drawn Together movie, the movie? I haven't yet, but I've been meaning to. I need to buy it. Because I just finished watching Drawn Together like a week ago. Maybe it was just a few days ago. I don't remember. I'm bad with time. But I do need to watch the Drawn Together movie. But I'm gonna probably buy some of the Y2K merch too. Apparently they're making some books. And also, the Y2K update, they're gonna do a physical copy, so of course I'm getting that. In the news, openly queer man who don't know he's a man, Ezra Miller, was wanted for creeping on a 12-year-old. Me, he went from gender offender to sex offender. That's true. That's that guy who played the Flash, right? Like, because I know there's like a whole big thing with that. Not that I keep up with DC, but I'm pretty sure that's what he was, right? The guy who played the Flash. I have a friend who's never seen Dragon Ball. It's Michael. You guys don't know Michael. But I've mentioned Michael, and every time I've mentioned him, I've said that you guys don't know him, which I think I'm going to do from now on. Anytime I mention Michael, I'll just point out that you guys don't know Michael, and it'll be a funny ongoing joke. Even though, to be fair, Michael was technically in the what's it called? The Jackbox stream, but I don't think you could hear his voice because he was in the other room. But he's never seen Dragon Ball, so I'm going to show that to him at some point. My other friend, I'm getting to play Conquer's Bad Fur Day. He's currently on the Ooga Booga chapter, specifically on the mugged part, which is my favorite chapter in the game. So that's pretty cool. And then he's having me play Soma, which is his favorite game. And I'm also playing, then together we're playing 999, whereas he's playing the game and I'm making the decisions. So it's, again, kind of how we did Pokemon Shield. So it's effectively kind of like I'm playing it, but with extra steps, because I'm just telling him what to do. But it makes it feel like co-op, you know what I mean? So it's a fun way to play co-op on a game that doesn't have co-op. And it's far from the first game we've done that with. Like I said, Shield we did that with. And We did that with a few other things. I wanna try and get Michael to play like Undertale and Deltarune at some point. Because I want to start showing the game to people. Because since I've played Undertale so much, and I've played through it so many times, I feel like the next step would be for me to have other people who haven't played it play it, and that would be a fun experience. I heard the Drawn Together movie is really disturbing, but considering the show it's based on, I'm not surprised. Yeah, I've also heard it's not very good compared to the show. So I don't know how it's going to be, but I still want to see it because I really like the show. I haven't brought my Laserdisc player here yet. That's one of the few things I haven't brought over. Because I still have some things at my mom's house, right? Like my dresser, my Laserdisc player, my blanket chest. I think that's... Oh, and my other desk. That's the only thing. Because I got my main desk. But my other desk I haven't brought over. In Degrassi, Alex mocks the Italiano for being queer so she can win the election. But later gets turned queer herself and is with Paige. Despite doing various things with Jay. It's like the saying goes, you either die a homophobe or live long enough to be turned queer. I've never heard that saying before, but there you go. Apparently they're doing a fourth Jeepers Creepers movie, but it's not going to have the director, like, at all involved in it. But it also doesn't have the guy who played the Creeper involved in it, so it's like... I don't know. It's going to be a different continuity, probably, I would imagine. Or, like, maybe it's set in the same universe, but, like, forever after the fact. It's called Jeepers Creepers Reborn. With how bad 3 is, I can't imagine it would be worse, but I suppose it could theoretically be. Best line, I'll be the tentacle, you be the schoolgirl. Well, there you go. Japan did this thing that's bullshit. Because Japan made it so that you can get, like, a year in prison for insulting people online. That's just crazy. Like, apparently you could already get fined for insulting people online, but that's fucking retarded. Like, I guess some reality show star, like, killed herself, and so they, like, are trying to be harsher with, like, restrictions on speech there, and it's like, dude, don't do that. Come on, Japan. Nukem, we already did that twice, and that only made things worse. I mean, look at them now. That radiation has melted their minds. But yeah, it's fucking lame that they're doing that. Because cyberbullying isn't a thing. Like, I mean, like, to be fair, like, if someone is, like, doxing you, or, like, like, I don't know, messaging jobs that you're trying to prevent you from getting a job, things like that, that's bad. That's where I draw the line. But, like, just calling you names and shit like that online, I don't think is tantamount to anything substantial. Like, I think it's just being a dick, and I think that's what the internet's all about. And I think if you can't handle that, get the fuck off the internet. That's my 2 cents on it, because I think that the internet is a place where you're meant to be kind of a dick. That's just how it's always been. You let loose and do what you want. That's why it's so fun. The old days of the internet were like the Wild West, and you could do whatever the hell you wanted, more or less. And I think that's how it should be. Like, obviously, I don't want people doing anything illegal on the internet, but I think that people should, for the most part, be able to, like, be an asshole, or spread their crazy theories, or do whatever they want within reason. You know what I mean? I think that's how things should be. And tell you what, we're going to take this in the other room, which is a little cluttered because I unpacked some boxes and stuff, so we'll see how well that picks up. But we're going to... It's dark. Look into my eyes. Anyway, now we're in my room. Apparently the sprinklers are on, but the new window is doing its job. So that's good. Um, got my Mewtwo card. So, that's pretty cool. Guess I should buy some more Pokemon cards soon. That DVD I destroyed, I didn't take a hammer to it. I just threw the defective DVD down the stairs and kicked it around a bunch of times. Yeah? Well, there you go. I remember Danny's original copy of Halo 1, he smashed with a glass cup until it broke because it stopped working because it got a scratch and like wouldn't go past the loading screen, so he got really angry and smashed the hell out of it. Granted, we were like, what, 7 years old or something? Or maybe 8 or 9, I don't remember. But we were young. Where does this bottle cap go to? Found a bottle cap on the floor. That's currency in Fallout. You know, Fallout's a pretty good game, but I never got into it like I did with Elder Scrolls. I should try to stream more Fallout, because I did start streaming Fallout 3, right? It's just a hard game for me to get into, because I die a lot. And also, I just don't get as immersed as I do in Elder Scrolls, which is a shame, because I really like the concept and the atmosphere. It's just I've never gotten super into the Fallout games for whatever reason. Which, I know Corbin really likes those games. He has finally conceded that Elder Scrolls is better. But there we go. Had to plug in the old charger. So in Canada, this comedian joked about a devolved kid who sings, and the media sees as sacred, and the devolved kid filed a human rights complaint as somehow joking about a pop culture guy violates his rights. Somehow, well, the comedian faced the case, and the courts ruled that the comedian joking about a devolved kid, now teen, isn't a hate crime. Well, that's good. So when the same people celebrated having free speech, I almost read that as French speech. How stupid is that? The devolved kid went all whiny saying, how would he feel if I had iced myself? Which kind of proves the comedian right. And this guy is a nut if he's going to eat his gun over one guy he never met telling a joke. Imagine the note, dear world, I can't handle being in you anymore. One guy told a joke I didn't like. I can't function anymore, as it's too traumatic. Only one way out. I'll see you in hell. Signed, the dink who never evolved in a sense of humor. P.S. Don't joke about survival of the fittest, and my choice. There's no connection, that's hate. Also, I remember uploading one of the 2 pictures of that DVD online before I destroyed it, because the menu still worked, even though the rest of the disc was defective. Well, there you go. You know, I've had a few different defective DVDs, unfortunately. For the most part, I don't have bad luck with that, but every once in a while I'll have one that, you know, does. SpongeBob is the only one I can directly think of. I have had disc rot on a couple of discs. For instance, my Chasing Amy DVD has disc rot, but it still works. And my bootleg of Dead Man Wonderland, which isn't mine, it's my friend Bootman Bill's. He's totally real, trust me. He goes to another school. But that copy has disc rot too. Those are the only ones I have with disc rot. I hung the voodoo thing up. There's that. The little mask thing that Danny brought back from Mexico forever ago. Imagine if an elephant went berserk and they blew it apart with a rocket launcher. It probably wouldn't even blow it all out. Maybe just bust a hole in it. Maybe they could jam a grenade up its ass and blow it apart. Maybe it crawling around assless and trying to ass-bone the guy who busted it with his trunk. Okay then. That is a string of words, I tell you what. That is that story, Chisu. That idea. That is an idea. I'll give you that. We got a bookshelf up in the living room upstairs now, so I can start putting my books on that, so that'll be good. Other than that, we're getting pretty well set up here, right? Like, I've been in this house for... How long have I been in this house now? It's been a fat minute, hasn't it? Have I lived here a month already? We've owned the house for a couple of months. I think I might have lived here a month. Or at least close to. Idea, a psycho kid skins another kid and goes out as him for Halloween. That's a pretty twisted costume, kid. What are you supposed to be? My last victim? What? No. Fun thing, a few years ago, my dad was reading a Catholic newspaper, and it said something about Martin Sheen's growing faith with his son. I'm like, what? Then recalled Emilio Estevez is also his son. I'm surprised you haven't destroyed a game on camera before, or do you only end up with mostly functioning discs or cartridges? Yeah, most of my games tend to work. Every once in a while I'll have something go bad, like Pokemon Cock, the original copy I had went bad. My copy of Famicom Jump doesn't seem to work, but I'm going to keep fiddling with it, maybe clean it with some isopropyl alcohol and it'll work. Let's see. I feel really bad about this because, that, how I had the broken window and, I put some cardboard up in it? It turns out that cardboard, the box that I tore apart for that was a box Kyler had signed by somebody. He still has the part that's signed intact, but I felt so bad about it. Idea, a guy makes a device that makes energy out of dirt, but a corporation sends hitmen to stop him. He escapes, flees, and later finds others who independently made this device were iced. But in a twist, it's revealed that the device is really a portal to the demon world, and a guy got the idea from demons mentally sending him thoughts to free him, and the company is trying to save the world. Yeah. All right. God damn it. Okay, your action... Burning Goretto dishonor to Ninja Clan. You must atone for your sin with Bushido Code of Seppuku. Your action bring Goretto dishonor to Ninja Clan. You must atone for your sin with Bushido Code of Seppuku. Is that a better way to say it? I do have katanas. I could. Again, most of my game discs or cartridges work. I think I have about 3 that are scratch or defective. Not sure what I'll do with those currently. Idea, Ronald McDonald giving Jamie Oliver a McFlurry at him. What the fuck? MASH. Male Aorgan Surgical Hospital. Frankenstein, a modern Prometheus. Tom 6, a modern Caligula. Blah. Don't know why that was so hard for me to say. Hey, how you doing, man? I'm doing all right, VCR12. How you doing? Haven't heard from you in a fat minute. I still remember when you were Classic Munchies. Oh. And I remember when you were Classics 101 before that. I find it ironic that people who love Kai, weeaboos, love it for reasons they hated the original 90s dub of DBZ and many releases of its censored violence. cropping the image from 4:3 to 16:9, remove scenes, merging of episodes, the music score being replaced. They threw sissy fits over that happening in DBZ, but when Kai does it, they love it. Yeah. Also, I lost one of the SpongeBob PC game discs in an old computer that is either lost or buried deep in storage, so yeah, that was fun. Yeah, that sucks. There we go. I am the chosen one. That happened. Yeah, it's been a fat minute. OMG, how'd you remember Classics 101? Dude, I remember names. I'm very good with names. Believe it or not, I am. I like to pretend I'm not, but I am very good with names. And what I mean by I pretend I'm not, like when I know someone at work and I hear someone say their name, it sticks with me, so I know their name. But a lot of the times I won't call someone by their name until they've officially introduced themselves to me because I don't want to be weird and walk up and say, hey Jim, how you doing? But he hasn't ever talked to me. So, but no, I'm pretty good with names. And that includes usernames. Idea for a video game parody: Rock Hudson Man X3. A Mega Man X parody with Rock Hudson dressed as Mega Man X, and it's got Dr. Wily boning him. Well, there you go. Who's Rock Hudson? Um, I still need to get a damn box spring for my fucking bed, though. But I haven't done that yet. Best line is everyone in here a Homo erectus? Because no one seems to have evolved a sense of humor. See, I thought you were going to go in a different erection with Homo erectus. And I said different erection, which, that's perfect. I fucked up there, but I'm going to roll with it. I have like about one PlayStation game, 2 game disc that's decently scratched, and 2 PC game discs that seem to be defective or crash the whole system. Yeah, that sucks. Yeah, well, I've been alright just dealing with shitty life. Yeah, life can be a bitch. Life's a bitch and then you die. You go to hell before you die. God damn it. Hold on, I switched cameras by mistake. There we go. There we go. Now it's a proper stream. Gotta fix this. Hold on. Yeah, there we go. Now it's a proper stream. Gotta have the bowler cap, am I right? Kiki's barking. Hang on, she might need to go outside. Oh, the sprinklers are on. We probably don't want her to go outside while the sprinklers are on. She's barking again. I'm gonna have to. Hold on, I'll be right back. Alright, sorry about that, boys. I see you moved into a new house? Yeah, I sure did. I own this one, at least partially. Why hasn't Adam Sandler won any Academy Awards? He's played more mentally retarded people than anyone. Just watch his movies. He's been living there for a decent while, dude. Yeah, I sure have. I think I saw a GameCube under the TV in this room. So there's something for it. Yeah, we do have a GameCube. We actually have a couple of different GameCubes here. In Miracle on 34th Street, the girl gets her Christmas wish. Mom asks, "What else did you ask Santa for?" "A baby brother." My idea, the mom says, "What?" "Oh, swells up to full pregnancy in a few seconds, like in Species 2. Well, there you go. I haven't seen the Species movies. I only know of that Natasha Hendrich is the character in them because South Park, because of Tom's rhinoplasty. You know, I've been meaning to watch this Simpsons VHS box set because it's got the Tracy Ullman shorts. When are you going back to the RV in the middle of nowhere? We've been out there, not like to stay the night, but we've been up there a couple of times in the last couple of months. But when am I actually going to go out there camping again? I'm not sure. Kind of dumb question. But do you have the memory cards for GameCube here? Yeah, I think we do. The GameCubes are all Kyler's. I don't actually have any GameCubes myself. Kyler has like 3 of them. But yeah, he has memory cards for sure. But yeah. I noticed how Nightmare Before Christmas is about the church. Really? Jack has grown tired of his celebrity life without meaning and found something meaningful in life. He wants to share it with those he tries to share with, don't know how to process it, so he adapts it to fit their traditions, which proves to be an abomination and leads it to ruin. One time I was watching a nature show on whale breeding, better known as a whale porno, and the right whale has a 9-foot thing. It's like a tentacle, and they bone a lot. Well, there you go. By the way, I did cook something in the microwave, so I'll probably go get that in a minute here, too, because I'm fucking hungry and haven't eaten anything in a few hours. But I've got a cup noodle upstairs, so we'll have that. And you'll get to see me eat on stream again for like the 50th time. Man, I got some bags under my eyes, don't I? I said to Artisto Captain Ginyu, Silver Game. I still don't know what that means. Sodomizing Gohan with his head male parts. Horn? What on God's green earth does any of that even mean? Oh, artist, do. Okay. Okay, now I get it. Okay, now I get what you're saying. Jesus, though, fuck. That's a hell of a commission. What do you call it? The aristocrats? Artisto. Oh yeah, I heard the majority of Simpsons Tracy Ullman shorts have not been released on DVD. You are correct. Only, I think, one of them has. But they are on the VHSs. From what Anthony told me, every VHS tape has one at the beginning. So I think that's pretty cool. And the VHS tapes are best of sets, because, you know, of course they are. So, like, with this one, for instance, we got There's No Disgrace Like Home and Life on the Fast Lane. That's volume 1. Then the second one we have is Bart the General and Moaning Lisa. And then The Crepes of Wrath and Krusty Gets Busted. I'd like a car made of dongs, and I'd like to drive it up my own ass. Well, yeah, there you go. And that was so good, you felt the need to say it twice. Oh, I left the hat in the other room. Why did I do that? Idea for a toilet paper ad. A girl keeps taking laxatives so she can use the comfy toilet paper in her friend's house. Okay, then. You know, Why hasn't Beavis and Butthead ever done like a toilet paper commercial, right? Where they have cornholio, right? I am cornholio. I need teepee for my bunghole. Like have like a whole big thing with that. Do you have any teepee? Do you have any oleo? I would hate for my bungholio to catch polio. Uh, yeah, a lot of the Simpsons Tracy Ullman shorts can be found online, but the majority of the surviving copies are in VHS and Betamax quality. Well, yeah, I would imagine so. In AVGN Adventures, I never got my copy of the fucking physical copy. When the hell's that coming out? There's a level in hell, a secret area you can find the game developers or game designers making a cameo saying they were sent here for making this game. But in many parts of the game are very phallic images. There's even a level in Porno Game. They were sent there for being pervos, so there you go. They ought to edit the DuckTales game to have Scrooge using his long D instead of a cane. Okay. I'm gonna go see if my ramen is done, my cup noodle, as it were. To the upstairs. I was gonna say Toodles, but I'm not leaving, and I didn't want you to make you. I didn't want to make you think that was the end, because it's not. It's not ogre. It's never ogre. Dude, these noodles are stale as fuck because they've been sitting in the back of my car for over a year. Um, Possibly more than that. I don't. They've been in there for a while because I bought them from the vending machine at work. Also, like, there's like kind of a crack in the bottom of the cup, so I decided to throw it in like a red Solo cup just in case, so it's not leaking all over my bed while I eat. Ooh. Huh. Let's see. I know some fans have requested a DVD set containing all the Simpsons Tracy Ullman shorts, but that's most likely not going to happen with a show with Fox under Disney's belt, yeah? It's like a hula hoop D that goes in your ass and out your mouth and keeps spinning. Imagine soaking in a tub of jizz. I don't want to imagine that. To the tune of the Flintstones theme. Feces, human feces. It's the hardest thing in history. If it's hard, you should see a doctor, dude. From the town of my ass, it will go all over somebody. Well, in Exodus, Moses destroys the golden calf with the tablets, stone written on it with the finger of God. In Nebuchadnezzar's dream in Daniel, the great image is destroyed by the rock. It's connected. It's connected. Huh. Yeah, dude, this ramen is super fucking bland, having sat in my car for over a year. But I didn't want to have to go somewhere to get food. So this is what we got. On the Space Channel, it says this program has violence and coarse language. Viewer discretion is advised. The thing in the corner of the screen says 18 plus. I say this must be really violent. Then it started the movie with the company logo, a big D. I'm thinking Dual Star, the Olsen Twins company. It's Dimension Films. The movie was Mimic 1, by the way. I haven't seen the Mimic movies. I think that's on the list of movies I'm supposed to watch with my friend at some point, though, because he has like a bunch of movies at his house that we're supposed to watch. Hot. It is hot in Topeka. Let that cool off for a minute. And by the way, the new South Park movie, Streaming Wars, that also sounds like them going after yet another real-world topic and kind of mocking the show's movies themselves being moved to streaming. Yeah, there you go. Let's see. Furthermore, Pluto's moon still has volcanic activity. Had it been created billions of years ago, it would not be. I think it skipped the first part of that chat. You know, I think it's crazy that people say Pluto's not a planet just because it's kind of small. But it's like, why are we changing the definition of planet? We already knew Pluto was fucking small. Then, of course, there's that whole Rick and Morty episode about it, and that has an explanation. So there you go. Me eating is always the highlight of a stream, isn't it? I hate blowing on food. I prefer to just let it sit and cool off, but I'm fucking hungry. So even though this shit is stale as fuck, I still want to eat it. Hot. Let's see. What do we got in this drawer? He is not the Messiah. He's a very naughty boy. There you go. We got Borat. Even though, look, I love Borat, but I'm never going to see the sequel because Sacha Baron Cohen is a fucking leftist. And I look. Well, that's not look. I can watch stuff made by leftists. Like I said earlier, I like Sorry to Bother You, even though it's a commie as shit movie. But Borat 2 didn't really look as funny to me either. Dear Mr. Mark Hamill, if that is your real name, and not some stage name needed since someone in the Film Actors Guild took someone else's name, like Michael Keaton / Michael Douglas, tell me how accurate this account of your traffic accident. You were driving your convertible down the road, and a raccoon went kamikaze to take you out and jumped at the car, splattering itself and destabilizing the car. Then you flew clean out of the car ahead of it and grinded on the pavement for a good 87 feet. I look forward to the Beavis and Butthead Do the Universe review. Yeah, of course, Andy. I look forward to making it. Just got to finish hooking the computer up. But it's all here now, so that shouldn't be a problem. The car continued driving with your lower body still inside, having been torn off by your seatbelt, and ran over your head, crushing it like a pumpkin. The doctors reconstructed a new skull out of metal. This is going places, I tell you what. Metal, and repaired the damaged soft tissue with protoculture. What does protoculture mean? You use that word a lot, and I thought I had kind of figured it out, but now I don't know. He got new eyes from the previous ones popping in by accident, which explains the eye color in the films, and needed years of therapy to relearn how to talk, which explains your superior acting ability. Now, Mr. Hamill, how accurate is this account? As from what I've heard, it's not too far from what most people believe. I just coughed on my water. Did you now? Protoculture is from Robotech? Oh, okay. I've never seen Robotech, so that would explain it. I hate blowing on food. I hate the sound of it. I hate the feeling of it. I don't like doing it. You already said that Pluto's moon thing before. It still didn't get the other part, if that's the second part of a thing. But do I have it on live chat, or do I have it on You just made me cough 3 times? Well, there you go. Let's try live chat. Hold on. I wasn't on live chat. Okay. Here we go. New evidence on Pluto adds to the evolution-creationism debate. There's hardly any impacts from meteorites on Pluto or its moon, despite it being an area with much debris. Pluto is also rapidly leaking nitrogen from the atmosphere at a rate that would leave it fully depleted had it been billions of years. Furthermore, Pluto's moon still has volcanic activity. Had it been created billions of years ago, it would not be. Okay. I'm no geologist, so I don't know how long volcanoes can go. I'm going to say I probably don't agree with you on that, because I don't like young Earth creationism. I think that one is the one that makes the least amount of sense to me. But there you go. How old are you, by the way? I started watching you at 15. Now I'm 12. What? Oh, 20. Okay, I was gonna say, are you going backwards in time? Best line: you can't turn a condom inside out and use it as a sock. It's true. But no, I'm 28. He's got that Benjamin Button thing. Yeah, there you go. I heard a slogan used by the gays in the 60s. Today's conquest or tomorrow's competition. See, if you'd have said that without context, I wouldn't have known that being a gay thing. Seeing dancing is watching music, I suppose. Yes, Benjamin Button for sure. Yeah, I started this channel when I was 16. Hard to believe. I've been on YouTube for like 12 years. Star Wars ripped off Mr. Rogers. R2-D2 beeping is a ripoff of the trolley beeping. Yeah, there you go. Well, the Michael Caboose account certainly succeeded at being generic, at least for half the videos. Yeah. Damn, that's hard to believe. Yeah, I know, right? In Batman Returns, the Penguin has a weird face, eyes, nose, teeth, ears, head, hands, body, legs, skin, and hair. I bet he had a really weird crotch, some kind of weird blue girl tentacle. Maybe his nipples were weird too, like long shoelaces, and he ties them in a bow. There ought to be an R-rated cut of Batman Returns where we see Danny DeVito boning a bird with his weird parts. Okay. What is that? A noodle in your beard? Where? I don't see one. If lung butter is phlegm, what's nut butter? It's the same thing as love gravy. Or man chowder. The other half of the Michael Caboose videos, they were at least trying. I mean, kinda. Must have been water, my mistake. I'd like if when you're an aeroplane, when you're on an aeroplane, if you flushed your fecal waste, it shot out the back of the airplane just to fall to Earth. Then it would. Then if you're under it, the fecal waste would splatter on you. Why would you like that? That would be horrible. It would explain why tall buildings have window washers when there's nothing up that high to infilthen the windows. Infilthen, that is a term. But as far as that, I mean, there's like birds and shit up there, right? Not to mention dust. Would you buy a Tesla? I mean, it's not something I plan to do anytime soon. They're expensive. I also don't really give a shit about the environment, so I haven't put much thought into that. I like the stuff with Elon Musk and Twitter, but I don't really want to buy an electric car, because I have a perfectly good car. Why does Final Fantasy hate religion? Gaijin Goomba says it's because Japan's proto-culture involves being both Buddhist and Shinto, so following one god is not their style. My thoughts are they don't have you fighting gods out of hate. They want the best challenge, like Saint Seiya fighting Poseidon. Although one could say that Final Fantasy hates religion since gayness is as in and gayness is as in and Final Fantasy is gay is a sin and Final Fantasy is gay. Again, sometimes yeah, sin, gotcha. Yeah, sometimes when you with the spacing you have to do, which I assume you do because of YouTube censors, right? Sometimes it takes me a minute to figure out what you're typing. Because Johnny Cochran is such a piece of shit, all toilets shall be known as John's. I mean, say what you want about Johnny Cochran, but the man was a good lawyer. I'm really confused. What are you confused about? What Chisu was saying? Because if so, welcome to the chat when Chisu's here. Chisu is a character. He's an interesting guy. But I do try to be nice and read all the chats because that's my motto. Is I do try to respond to all the chats that, when you guys are here. If I were British, I'd be like, "Hello, governor." Right? Right or a show day for a bit of the ultra violence. What me droog? Oh bugger. Better get the bidet. Last night's encounter is leaking out. There you go. Having a horror show wrote out like that took me a minute to figure out too, but luckily I am very familiar with Clockwork Orange. I think that's so cool that Clockwork Orange, they invented their own slang so that it wouldn't get dated. Like, it's a type of slang called nadsat that is specifically made for the book and movie. On Beyond Scared Straight, guard, this one's afraid of being raped in jail. Black guy, that's what I want. That's the one I want. Yeah. Worst movie poster mix-up. Getting JFK and Kill the Irishman titles mixed up. Was JFK Irish? Or is it just because of the kill part that it would be funny? Kennedy is an Irish name, so I wouldn't be surprised. I got this, I think this is the leg to one of my nightstands. He's an Irish. Don't trust him, itchy. Okay. I mean, I don't have to trust him because he's dead and has been dead since the 60s. Specifically, November 22nd, 1963? Is it 63 or 66? I think it's 63 that Kennedy died, right? Have you ever vaped? Yeah, I've hit a vape before. I don't vape, but I have had people have me try their vapes before. But I don't vape. I think vaping is for faggots. I'm much more of a cigar kind of guy. I don't smoke really, but I do have the occasional cigar or pipe. But I don't vape and don't really do weed. I always thought weed was kind of overrated. And stoners kind of piss me off too, because stoner culture is just kind of lame. Anyway, idea. A prison movie about a race war between two rival gangs, midgets, and big toys like Fortress Maximus. It could be part stop motion and part timing and effects. In one scene, this midget ambushes a big toy and beats on him. Then the big toy's backup arrives, and they snap the midget's arms and legs and put him in the microwave. Yeah. Chronic ages the brain and devolves it. I mean, that would explain why stoners are usually really fucking boring people. Um, like, look, I'm not gonna confirm or deny whether or not I have partaken in the past, but it's never been a thing for me. Like, it's never been something I've really been into. Like, I may or may not have had it before, but it may or may not have been, not the, like it was just kind of like I get the same thing as if I was super sleep deprived. It would be the same feeling. So, never really caught on for me. I never smoked, drank, boned, or used chronic. Yeah, I do smoke cigars and I do drink whiskey. Not like all the time, but I do it from time to time. Uh, my hair is sticking up. I should get the fucking hat. I left it in the other room again. I'm done with uploading daily videos for now because I'm out of game recordings to upload, but I do plan on recording some more stuff soon. Well, that's cool, Andy. Once I was at school and squeezed a zit, gross, and it hurt, so I went to the bathroom and squeezed it, and it squirted pus, gross, out like a super soaker in the mirror, and there was a lot of pus, so I squeezed the rest out and left. Why did you feel the need to share that story? That's disgusting. Worst ad. Oh no, I just diarrheaed all over my kitchen counter, and my boss will be here any minute. What am I gonna do? Is this gonna end with him eating it or something gross like that? Or is that the end? These punk song lyrics are like Japanese songs, since you don't understand the words other than a few English bits said out loud, or said loud. I smoke 2 real cigars, not the gas station ones, but I want to smoke a pipe soon. I only smoke real cigars. I don't do those baby bitch gas station bullshit. Like, I do like some small ones here, like these. Hold on. And I have done cigarillos too. I have some cigarillos. Do I have cigarillos here? Let's see. What do I got? Do I just got White Rascals? I think I just got White Rascals. Yeah, I got these, right? Gurkha White Rascals. They're fairly small, but they're still pretty good. I only have one left, actually. Look at that. And they're vanilla flavored, so they're pretty good. What about vape? There you go. Do I have... I do have some cigarillos left, I'll be damned. Yeah, I have 2 cigarillos left. Idea. A guy is iced in prison and he fights a guy in a dark room on his escape. The guy doesn't see who it is, but he knows his fighting style, so they have a round-robin kung fu tournament with the hidden goal of hoping the guy can recognize the kung fu if facing it again. The prize to get fighters to compete is freedom, and each time you play it, the killer is a different guy. Best line: when she hauls ass, she's got to make 2 trips. Well, there you go. Yo, mama's so fat that when she hauls ass, she got to make 2 trips. There you go. Yeah, I have 2 bottles of vape juice, but no vape. Yeah, so there you go. I don't like vape. I think it's kind of lame. I think you're kind of a faggot. not you specifically. But I think vaping is faggy. You can be a good person and still vape, but it will make me think less of you. No, I'm just kidding. But I don't like vaping. I think vaping is stupid. And, like, a lot of people who vape are, like, really obnoxious about it because they'll do it inside when you specifically tell them not to. Like, at least smokers will do it outside. Vapors are like, they'll try to do it in the house, and you're like, the fuck you think you're doing? Get that out of here. So, Charles Darwin found 3 turtles on the islands, Tom, Dick, and Harry. They lived over 100 years each. They tried to breed Harry with females, but didn't work since Harry was actually a chick. They tried to turn a turtle queer. That sounds like a bad episode of Franklin, the high school years. Well, there you go. Did Franklin actually have a high school spinoff? I like your thing where it's like, this is Fugitive Redeye, and I'll stay... Hold on. I like your thing where it's like, this is Fugitive Redeye, and I'll stay by saying, fuck you. And I'll start by saying, fuck you, Al. Shows Al with a Fortnite and vape pen. Yeah, yep. Yeah, I know what you mean about dipping tobacco. I dipped tobacco on a plane in Florida. I didn't say anything about dipping tobacco. Talking to Andy, maybe? No. I am lost. I apologize. Come on, chat. There it is. So happy to see I'm not the only one who filmed in front of a blue wall. You did it. You did too in Redeye Raw at the older place. Well, it was a green wall. It was a greenish blue, or it was a bluish green, like it was aquamarine, I guess. If they made a porno of Donkey Kong, it would have King K. Rool up my... I would have King K. Rool up my ass versus or King Crawl up my ass versus Donkey Dong. There you go. No, I meant, do you like dipping tobacco instead? I have never had dipping tobacco. Nor do I think I will. But I do like cigars. If I was a cripple, I'd have people poop into me. Why? Just sit on my face and fill me with waste. Why? If you sleep on your left, it puts pressure on your stomach and causes weird or freaky dreams. Is that so? Well, I sleep on my back, and I can almost I almost exclusively can fall asleep on my back. I used to sleep on my side when I was younger, but you can't see that comment. Which one? The one about sleeping on your left? Turtles can live for like 200 years. Imagine if Franklin had his great uncle come by and he wasn't too fond of beaver, since back in his day the beavers were slaves and the turtles each time beaver comes by he makes comments. Yeah? Well, there you go. I filmed the unboxing videos in front of a blue wall, which reminds me I need to do more of those at some point. Yeah? No, the waste? Oh, okay. Well, you probably have it set to top chat. If you click on the chat thing, you can change it to live chat, and you'll be able to see more of the comments. Instead of I'm going to swing from the chandelier, how about I'm going to crawl up to your rear? Who swings from a chandelier and says that? The Lion King, the bird says, as mad as a hippo with a hernia. And back then, I thought a hernia was hemorrhoids. There it goes. Thanks. Yeah, no problem, man. That's just a thing YouTube does, is it does top chat where it, like, filters it. About couples exchanging gifts, it's not about how much it costs, it's about how much it's worth. Well, and it's about how much it makes her want to suck your, Anyway, best line, he perioded me out his ass? Well, I don't even know how to respond to that one. When watching The Three Stooges, do you ever notice Curly seems a bit autistic? His movements, sounds, and word usage? The 2010s Three Stooges remake was great, but didn't have the autistic feel to him. I'll feed your ass my radius? What? My last unboxing on my main channel was on May 20th, 2020. I have more sealed DVDs, but I was out of camera again for like a year, which explains my lack of uploads in 2021. On Degrassi Next Gen, how can we stand for women's interests when they dress up in short skirts and dance around like bimbos? Me, hey, bimbos are hot. On Degrassi Next Gen, don't come crying to me when Paige stabs a knife in your back. Me, don't come shitting to me when Aide sticks a dick in your ass. Those are just words of that. Like, and that's just like saying, like, that it wouldn't make sense in the same regard. You know what I mean? Ugh. I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do with this little TV. Because this is the one I had my VCR hooked up to. But I don't know where the hell I'm gonna put it now. Because I think I'm just gonna hook up my VCR in the TV room, right? FYI, fuck your insides. Okay. Best line, go for his ass. That's his weak point. Okay. Bullfighting, the eternal struggle of man versus ape. Huh? But there's no ape involved in bullfighting. Am I missing something? Oh, do you mean like bull as in that's the joke, it's not an ape? Okay, for a split second, I thought you were talking about, because I don't know if you know this. I don't know why I know this, but did you know that cucks often refer to the guy who is fucking their wife as a bull? I thought you were making a joke at that because most guys who cuck other guys are black. Like, it's usually a black guy who's fucking the wife. So for a second, I thought that's why you said ape, and I thought it was a racial joke. But no, it's just a non sequitur. I was also out of a camera back in like 2012 and 2013. Yeah. What is it? That was a. This hair is driving me nuts. Dude, cucks are like the worst fucking type of people. They're pathetic and have no dignity. Keep playing with this damn thing. Like I said, I think it's one of the legs to my nightstand. There we go. There's another hat. Should have brought the bowler cap back in here, though. I didn't have a camera for the 3-year gap where I didn't upload. You know, between 2012 and 2015. Your hair is wild, man, lol. Yeah, I know, I need to get it trimmed. Probably get my beard trimmed, too. But, here's the thing. I like my beard being long, so if I get it trimmed, I don't want to get it trimmed too much. In Goosebumps, these lawn gnomes are ruining this army grouch's garden, and the kid has to fix it. My idea, the army guy says, you remind me of my war buddy. He was shredded by gunfire, one at a time, so the others could watch. Ah ha 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 ha. Okay. Did you enjoy that close-up of my hat while I scratch my head? Then those krauts started eating him, and he wasn't even fully dead. I came at him with my bayonet and sliced off their legs so they couldn't get away. Then I boned them dead. Well, there you go. Somehow I don't think a line like that could ever make it into a Goosebumps episode. I know, call it a weird hunch, but now we're ready to battle. I always thought that was funny. Like, I used to think it was so cool when I was a kid that when Ash Ketchum was like doing a battle, he'd like do that, and now he'd be cool. Sometimes I use swear words when I'm horny. Okay, interesting start, Andy. But that stuff is obviously not going on YouTube. I don't know why that comment went on YouTube. Okay, Andy. Okay. Best line, stink off poop vert. Okay. My response to fashion and the environment, why don't we make clothes out of dongs? I mean, it is a natural resource after all, right? The sprinkler's on again? They're fucking running twice in a row tonight? What the hell? Or is that just rain? Tut tut, it looks like rain. Did you guys know Winnie the Pooh is apparently public domain now? So in my grade school agenda was tips on doing better or whatever. One was think win-win and has Goldilocks in bed and the three bears with a speech bubble win-lose. Papa Gurr. Lose win, Mama, it's okay. We'll move out. Win-win, baby, it's okay if you help me clean my room. My idea. I draw fourth bear, lose, torch the place. Drop poo porno? There you go. And now my nose is getting stuffed up. But luckily, I happen to have a tissue over here, so I'm going to blow it obnoxiously next to the camera. Stay out of my ass, go into his ass, it's open. And yeah, it does suck that 3 of my game discs are defective, since I was usually only buy video games that I play or beat. When watching a Chinese movie, hey Liu Kang, use your super move, the spinning bird kick. Liu Kang, watch out! I always find that line funny in Shaolin Monks because I play as Scorpion most of the time, so I'm not Liu Kang, so that line doesn't make any sense. I mean, granted, it's more the fact that I'm Scorpion doesn't make any sense because it's, you're supposed to be Liu Kang and Kung Lao. But there's a demo for The Suffering 2 on Mortal Kombat Shaolin Monks that was pretty cool. The Suffering is a good game. Underrated. The Suffering 2 is pretty good too, but I've never beat it. I beat 1 though. A couple of times. There's a secret weapon called the Gonzo Gun where you pick up a chicken and shoot eggs out of its ass, and it instant kills most enemies, and it 2-hit kills all bosses. In The Simpsons with Itchy and Scratchy Land, when Marge ordered the baby guts and the waiter was disgusted, Lisa said, "Mom, that's veal." But as a kid, I thought it was Mom, that's real, but didn't think anything of it as kids see that kind of stuff as normal. Real people have real fears, even if what they fear isn't real. Yeah. I've eaten veal before. I eat lamb on a regular basis, to be honest. So, I mean, like, people, it's funny because people have a problem with veal, but they don't have a problem with lamb when it's the same thing, just with a sheep instead of a cow. The only food I consider, like, I will not eat on moral grounds is shark fin soup. That's the only one. As a kid, my baby tooth came out, and I wrote red rum on the wall in blood so you could see it in the mirror. Once I was talking about footlongs, and my mom asked, "What's a footlong?" And I said, "It's when you poop and it's a foot long." And she laughed. Oh yeah, Itchy and Scratchy Land, great episode from the best Simpsons season. Yum! It's up there for me as far as seasons. My favorite episode is in season 6, but I do think overall as a season, my favorite season is season 2. But I would say, if we're talking objectively, season 6 is probably objectively the best season. Either that or season 8, one of those two. They're both really good. But my favorite is season 2. I tried to stay kosher as I saw this Bible guy say how the laws are for your own good and not just because they make the Lord mad. According to Heterodotus, can't spell, there were flying reptiles in the Middle East. Also, one guy said Asian elephants were natural enemies to what we now call dinosaurs. Yeah. You know, since you're bringing up biblical law, here's a question I have for you, because it always kind of confused me. Because you usually say stuff like against circumcision, but since I'm reading the Bible right now, it makes it clear that circumcision is like you're supposed to do it, like in the Old Testament. So, do you just like overlook the Old Testament, or is there like certain things that are not considered as important because they're in the Old Testament? Like that confuses me, because circumcision, like the passage on it makes it very clear that you're supposed to do it or be like damned. Because again, right now I'm listening to an audiobook of the Bible, and I remember hearing that, and it made me think of how much you've like spoken out against circumcision, and it kind of confused me. And that's not a criticism, I'm just genuinely curious. I follow both, but in the New Testament it says, now meant to be the age of the heart, not just the man thing. Yeah? Okay. Because I do figure the New Testament is probably more important in Christianity and Catholicism. Well, Catholicism is a type of Christianity, obviously. Yeah. Also, I know that like the Catholic Bible has like a bunch of like books in it that aren't in a lot of other Bibles too. Like apparently Catholics have like their own Bible, like it's different and has more stuff than most other Christian religions. But if you actually read the New Testament, it doesn't actually say to stop eating kosher. Okay, well that's fair. I don't eat kosher. I eat a lot of bacon. But that's just how I am. I never heard the Catholic Bible having extra books, but some have Enoch. Well, I know about the Book of Enoch. The Mormon Church uses the Book of Enoch, actually. They use parts of it in some others, like Ethiopia or whatever. Okay, well, like, in the Mormon Church, like, a lot of people know about the Book of Mormon, right? You know, this thing. Since I have one for visual, there it is, right? But what a lot of them don't know, what a lot of non-Mormons don't know, is that not only do the Mormons use this, but they also use the Bible, specifically the King James Version of the Bible. And they also use two other scriptures called The Doctrine and Covenants and the Pearl of Great Price. The Pearl of Great Price is literally just Joseph Smith retranslating parts of the Bible for a lot of it, and then throwing in some of, like, the Book of Enoch. Like, he takes the Book of Enoch, throws some of that in there, and then retranslates certain parts of, like, the Book of Matthew to, like, fit, like, the Mormon Church's needs, rather than actually be, like, what it is in the King James Version. But they still have the original King James Version. It's just they also have something called Joseph Smith Matthew, which they consider to be more accurate, according to the Mormon Church. But they still read both. I just thought that would be a fun tidbit, right? Because since we're mentioning the Book of Enoch is still taught in the Mormon Church. Not in its entirety, but parts of it. Alright, I said I'd do this at some point. You guys want to hear Moroni? Let's see, you ever hear the Book of Jubilees? Name sounds familiar. Alright, do you guys want to hear Moroni 10? Or no, Moroni 9, the really fucked up one? Because I can read that right now if you guys want. If not, I can save it for another time. But I can read it if you guys are interested, because it is fucked up. Like, I remember, like, they skipped over it in Sunday school. Read it? Okay, here we go. Alright, it has a summary at the beginning, as most of the Book of Mormon does. Both the Nephites and the Lamanites are depraved and degenerate. They torture and murder each other. Mormon prays that the grace and goodness may rest upon Moroni forever. And then it gets to the actual thing, right? My beloved son, I write unto you, that I am again alive, that ye may know that I am yet alive. But I write somewhat of that which is grievous. For behold, I have had a sore battle with the Lamanites, in which we did not conquer, and Archiantus has fallen by the sword, and also Lurim and Emron. Yea, we have lost a great number of our choice men. And now behold, my son, I fear lest the Lamanites shall destroy this people. So I guess the Lamanites are the bad guy this time. Again, they go back and forth so much. Let's see. Lamanites shall destroy this people, for they do not repent, and Satan stirreth upon them continually to anger one another. Behold, I am laboring with them continually, and when I speak to the word of God with sharpness, they tremble and anger against me. When does it get to the really fucked up shit? Hold on. And when I'll read the whole thing just so we get all the context. But how long is it? It's not that long. Anyway, the anger history is not G. That's true. Anyway, continue angering with one another. Behold, I am laboring with them continually, and when I speak the word of God, with sharpness they tremble and anger against me, and when I use no sharpness, they harden their hearts against it. Wherefore I fear lest the Spirit of the Lord hath ceased striving with them. For so exceedingly they anger, that it seemeth to me that they have no fear of death, and they have lost their love one towards another, and they thirst for blood and revenge continually. It never was G-rated, that's true. And now, my beloved son, notwithstanding with their hardness, let us labor diligently, for if we should cease labor, we should be brought under condemnation, for we have a labor to perform whilst this tabernacle of clay, that we may conquer the enemy of all righteousness, and rest our souls in the kingdom of God. Now I write somewhat concerning the sufferings of this people. Here we go. For according to the knowledge which I have received from Amaron, behold, the Lamanites have many prisoners which they took from the tower of Sheriza. And they were men, women, and children. And the husbands and fathers of those women and children they have slain. And they feed the women upon the flesh of their husbands, and the children upon the flesh of their fathers. And no water save a little do they give unto them. And notwithstanding this great abomination of the Lamanites, it doth not exceed that of people in Moriantum. For behold, many of the daughters of the Lamanites have been taken prisoners, and after depriving them of what was most dear and precious above all things, which is chastity and virtue, so they raped them, So yeah, they fed the fathers to their wives and children and raped the daughters. But after they did that, and after they had done this thing, they did murder them in the most cruel manner, torturing their bodies even unto death. And after they have done this, they devour their flesh like unto wild beasts, because of this hardness of their hearts. They do it for a token of bravery. O my beloved son, how can a people like this, that are without a civilization, and only a few years have passed away, and they were a civil and delightsome people, but O my son, how can a people like this, worse, whose delight is much an abomination, how can we expect that God will stay his hand in judgment against us? See, is that all that it says about it, or does it keep going? Hold on. Yeah, okay, we're almost done with chapter 9. We'll just read all of chapter 9. We just got a couple more verses. Behold, my heart cries, woe unto this people, come into judgment. Before you kill me, I have a couple of exercise DVDs, although most of them belong to my mom. Yeah? Behold, my heart cries, woe unto this people, come out in judgment, O God, and hide their sins and wickedness and abominations from before thy face. And again, my son, there are many widows and their daughters who remain in Sherizah, and that have part of the provisions which the Lamanites did not carry away. Behold, an army of Xenophi was carried away, and left them to wander whithersoever they can for food. And many old women did faint by the way and die. And the army which is with me is weak, and the armies of the Lamanites are betwixt Sherizah and me. And as many have fled to the army of Aaron, have failed, victims to their awful brutality. Oh, the depravity of my people! They are without order and without mercy. Behold, I am not but a man, and have but the strength of a man, and I cannot any longer enforce my commands. And they have become strong in their perversion, and they are alike a brutal, sparing none, neither old nor young. And they delight in everything save which is good. And the suffering of our women and children upon all the face of the land doth exceed everything. Yea, tongue cannot tell, neither can it be written. And now, my son, I dwell no longer upon this horrible scene. Behold, thou knowest the wickedness of this people. Thou knowest that they are without principle and past feeling, and their wickedness doth exceed that of the Lamanites. Behold, my son, I cannot recommend them unto God, lest he should smite me. Let's see. We've covered all the fucked up bits, but yeah. But behold, my son, I recommend thee unto God. I trust in Christ that thou wilt be saved, and I pray that God, that he will spare thy life to witness the return of his people unto him, or their utter destruction. For I know that they perish except they repent and return to him. Yeah, so we've already covered all the fucked up shit. There's like 4 or 5 more verses, but you get the point. Most of it's just like talking about like repenting and like how they don't repent, they're bad. It kind of repeats after that, but yeah, like they feed the fathers to their wives and sons, then they rape the daughters and then eat them. And I remember in Sunday school when I was there, we skipped over that because of that. For the 10th anniversary of Gravity Falls, Alex Hirsch posted a list of messages from Disney standards and practices that had their issues with stuff that they felt was too much for the show. In one of them, S/P wanted him, standards and practices wanted him to not mention an item is from the devil, as faithful people might have an issue. So Alex says the devil is not real, which is a lie, as there's much evidence of it, including all the demon worshippers in government and media. I mean, that's fair. Looks up Alex. He supported a bunch of the evil organizations and unclean things. I guess maybe his defense of the devil was both are on the same side. Yeah, there you go. Again, I'm not super religious myself, but there you go. Another thing, like in in Genesis, right? I'm still on Genesis in the Bible I'm listening to, right? There is a ton of incest in it that I did not remember from the lessons. I guess we skipped over that, but like Lot's daughters all like get him drunk and then have him impregnate them to preserve the seed of their father, and I'm like, oh, we disconnected there for a second. Hopefully that didn't cut out too much, but best idea for a meme. I celebrate pride, Southern pride. Here's my pride flag. Shows Confederate flag. Yeah, there you go. You guys remember in the 90s when people wore hats like this? It's super uncomfortable. Like, it makes it really tight when you wear it sideways like this. Yeah. Dr. Tran is hell of on heck-a-duty swag. I remember Screw Attack in their Mortal Kombat video, like, criticized people wearing backwards hats, but it's like, I still wear backwards hats. To be fair, those exercise DVDs that my mom have are old. Heck, some of them are older than YouTube, where you can search up this kind of shit nowadays. Abraham, Isaac, Esau, and Jacob had kids with their cousins. I guess Israel is in Shelbyville. Well, yeah, but, like, not only that, but, like, Sarah was Abraham's half-sister. So, like, Isaac's mom was also his aunt. Keeping it in the family? Yeah, there you go. Hey, man, you know what they say? Family comes first. Huh. Well, the AC just kicked on. I brought this up in a previous stream, right? But how the fuck are you supposed to clean a flask? Like, look at it. There's just one little tiny opening. Is there, like, a thing to, like... Or do drunkards just not care about hygiene and cleanliness? So the dub of Metabots, this one guy who uses a snow Metabot was made to be super Canadian, which makes sense as it's dubbed up there. And there's no Metabots based on hockey, lumberjacks, moose, or Sasquatch, so you gotta make do with what you have. Hey, hon, any anime you've been watching? Is there any anime I've been watching? Not really. I've been meaning to watch more. Like, I need to get back into watching Monster. I keep saying that, but I haven't done it yet. I kind of want to watch Death Note again for, like, the 50th time, because me and Corbin were talking about it the other day. But there's not, like, an anime that I've started watching recently or anything like that, really. But, in due time, I will get back to some anime. I bought this, like, OVA called Judge. I know nothing about it, but it looked kind of cool, so I bought it. Oh, no, I did watch the first episode of Beast City a few weeks back. I need to watch the rest of it. But I only, like, episode 1 and 2 both come on the DVD, and then you gotta find the third one online, I guess. But, like, the thing is, it's called Beast City on the case, but, like, within the show itself, it's called Vampire Madonna. It's a hentai, by the way, in case you hadn't picked up on that. But I am gonna show my friend Michael. I'm gonna show him Dragon Ball at some point. Again, that's not a new one, but I am gonna rewatch it with him. Idea for a cartoon: Sailor Venus comes back from the future year of the 2020s as a thick... Is this supposed to be MILF? and warns the other Sailor Scouts because they supported Gainus. You doing streams at night nowadays seems to always have the best luck with you and Undertale. Well, to be fair, the one where I beat Sans the second time was during the day. It was in the morning, actually. But yeah, no, Sans is easy for me now. Again, this third time literally took me 2 attempts, and the second time I took no damage on the spiral. Because the spiral's what killed me the first time. Future got turned and the queers took over, so the Sailor Scouts go around using their healing powers to turn 90s queers normal when the thick Sailor Venus returns, and it looks like the 90s never left and everyone's white and straight and sexy. Okay. And those who would have been turned queer have stayed straight and hotter than ever. Yes, I know it's hentai. I got it on DVD and really missed the old style story. Yeah. Like all the Ellen Page or Chastity Bono or the Sonichu guy or Bruce Jenner. Okay. But there's a few more I need to watch. I need to watch Demon Beast Resurrection. I have it. I watched one episode of it, but then I never continued it because I was going to review Demon Beast Resurrection because obviously I reviewed Demon Beast Invasion on the channel forever ago. Yeah, I need to get back into anime. It's been a fat minute since I've watched anything like, in depth or anything. How have I been passing the time? I guess, like I said, I did rewatch Jeepers Creepers 1 the other day. And I did 2 genocide routes of Undertale in the last week. Like, granted, those only took a few hours. In fact, the one I did today only took, like, maybe 2 hours at most. Maybe an hour and a half. I can't remember. Maybe you should play a Dragon Ball Z game on live stream with your friend. I know some of those games have multiplayer for at least 2 players. That's true. And I have streamed. Didn't I stream Budokai once? Budokai 3? Yeah, I did, like, forever ago. And that was the stream where I went off on the rant, and I deleted the ending to that stream. I watched the first episode of Lady Blue, and after that just been so busy. Understand what I mean? Or understand what you mean, yeah? Lady Blue's great. Lady Blue is my favorite of the Blue Girl series. I heard of Judge, but haven't seen it. Watch Magical Beast Front. It's from Ken Ishikawa, and it's 3 episodes, but the last 2 are Brazilian, so you got to use YouTube Translate. Okay, why are they in Portuguese? Like, are you saying they're on YouTube and that, or were they made in Brazil, so they're in Brazilian Portuguese? Because Brazilian Portuguese is different than Portugal Portuguese. Kind of like how our English is different than the UK's English, even though they're the same language. They never had a $400 set in Japanese with no subtitles, but I've watched like 2 episodes. I need to watch more of it. Same thing with Silver Fang. Yeah, I should watch those. I have those. And of course, Monster. Again, I really need to get back to Monster, because I really want to finish that one, because Monster is so good. Canadian French is different than real French. Like, talking like an American is different than talking like a homie. Canadian French is devolved French, yeah. But yeah, like when I'm watching British comedies with my friend, I often have to explain what the hell the characters just said so that he understands, because, like, I've seen so many British comedies, I know the slang really well, but my friend obviously doesn't know it as well as I do. Are the old South Park video games, including South Park Rally, still better than Season 24? I mean, you're comparing a season of the show, which is granted just 2 specials, to games. I mean, I would say I have more fun playing like Chef's Love Shack than I would watching Season 24, even though Chef's Love Shack is just a trivia game with South Park characters. America has the Super Bowl where they play football. Canada has the Cannibal, Cannibal, where they play hockey, but the losers get eaten. On Discovery Plus, they celebrate gayness. Me, what's next? The Mythbusters butt hammering each other. Well, that would be incest, because I think they're brothers, aren't they? Don't worry, I was scratching my leg. Nothing crazy. I'd like it if Richie Rich got into the black arts and became Richie Lich. Yeah, there you go. If I was a homo, I'd stick popsicles up my ass. Would you now? That I don't think I would. I mean, granted, I don't know because I'm not gay. But if I was, I don't think I would do that. I just think that'd be a bit odd because it'd be cold. But who's to say? Ah. But I'm probably gonna wind down the stream here in a minute. Been going for about a little over 2 hours. It's been real fun though. Anything else you guys wanted to talk about before I end it? On Degrassi Next Gen, Toby and JT looked at porno online, but Toby's dad came back and made them look at various porno sites, even ones with men, to teach them about objectifying women. My thoughts, he's going to turn them gay. On the 50s Rue Morgue movie, talking about his ex-girlfriend. She liked men. Frenchie, is that bad? Me? Oh. Huh? I don't get the joke there, sorry. The French guys bone men. She liked men. Oh, okay. Sorry, yeah, okay. Yeah, I get it now. On Degrassi, Shane, Spike, and their rents are having dinner to talk about Shane, Spike's baby. Shane's dad wants to send him away, but Shane disagrees. Shane whines about how he's not perfect like his big bro, Carl Masick. Shane's last name is McKay. Masick could be his screen name. My idea, Shane says, you think Carl's so great? If you knew what he did, you wouldn't. He bones dogs. Not just any dogs, but big black dogs. And he lets them bone him in his ass. And on that note, I think I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream. I think that's a good jumping off point. Because it makes me want to jump off a bridge. Anyway, I hope you guys have had fun tonight. This has been Fugitive Redeye, and I keep playing with this fucking thing. Have a good one. Toodles.